Claims it foiled an assassination attempt on Putin. Russia says Ukraine's drones tried to attack the Kremlin. Moscow bans civilian drones after assassination scare. Is Putin creating context for a decisive step against Kiev? The Kremlin says that Russia foiled an assassination attempt on the Kremlin last night. The Kremlin added that 2 drones had been used in the attempted attack and that Putin had not been injured. The Kremlin also issued a warning to Ukraine, saying it reserves the right to take retaliatory measures as it sees fit, and it regards this as a terrorist attack. The Russian capital has banned the use of unauthorized civilian drones in the city. This comes days after German newspaper Bild claimed that the Ukrainian Secret Service launched a UJ-22 drone loaded with C4 explosives on the 23rd of April to assassinate Putin. Ukrainian MP Oleksiy Goncharenko refused to comment on the attack but warned that this could be Russia's propaganda.
I can't tell you about these Russian claims that they are telling that there were attacks on Kremlin. I don't know whether it's a fact or that is Russian propaganda or some fake news. They're saying that it was in the night. I don't know that Putin is sitting in Kremlin in the night. It sounds strange. In any way, I would not argue with the fact that me and millions of Ukrainians would be happy to see Putin dead.
The Kremlin, which serves as the official residence of the President of Russia and the country's government, is considered to be one of the most secure buildings in the world. It has multiple layers of security, including a heavily guarded perimeter and checkpoints, as well as surveillance cameras and other advanced security technologies. Access to the Kremlin is strictly controlled and only authorized personnel are allowed inside. The Kremlin is also protected by the Presidential Regiment, a unit of the Russian Federal Protective Service that is responsible for the security of the President and the Kremlin. Due to the high level of security measures in place, it is considered to be a very safe location. The Kremlin has not been directly attacked since it was first built in the 15th century. However, it has been surrounded and besieged several times throughout history, including during the time of troubles in the early 17th century and the Russian Revolution in 1917. It has even been occupied. The building and its walls have been damaged by fires and other natural causes over the years, but it has never been successfully breached by an enemy force. The Kremlin has been the site of several terrorist attacks as well, but these attacks have mostly been in its near vicinity. There have been several terrorist attacks in the vicinity of the Kremlin in recent years. One of the most significant attacks occurred on 29 March 2010 when 2 female suicide bombers detonated their explosives on the Moscow metro, killing 40 people and injuring over 100. The attack took place at the Lubyanka and Park Kulturi metro stations, both of which are located near the Kremlin. Another terrorist attack took place on 24 December 2011 when a suicide bomber detonated an explosive device at the entrance to the Domodedovo airport located about 20 miles southeast of the Kremlin. The attack killed 36 people and injured over 180. While Ukraine officially maintains silence on attacks inside Russian territory, Russia has blamed Ukraine for a series of recent drone attacks, including a strike on the Crimean port of Sevastopol over the weekend. However, analysts say Ukraine would be wary of launching a direct attack on the Kremlin, as it could push Putin to take the nuclear option. So is there any truth to the Kremlin's claim of an assassination bid on Putin? Or is the Kremlin just creating a pretext for a much more lethal option against Ukraine?